5 water disasters that can kill you and how to survive them. Let's start with the least deadly water disaster and work our way toward the deadliest of them all. Number 5, river floods. Floods are one of the most common natural disasters on Earth. They happen when rivers, drains, and the ground cannot handle all the water coming in. And this is where people make a huge mistake. They see water covering a road and think, "It doesn't look that deep." Then they drive into it. The problem is that floodwater can be much stronger than it looks. Just a small amount of moving water can push a person off balance, and deeper water can move a car. So if you see floodwater covering a road, do not try to cross it. You need to turn around and find another route. If you are inside a building, you need to move to the highest safe level as soon as possible. Do not stay in a basement. Floodwater can fill a basement quickly and leave you with no way out. Take your phone, flashlight, drinking water, and important medicine if you can do so safely. But do not waste time collecting your belongings. If water is already entering the building, your home is no longer the priority. Your life is. If you are outside and the water is moving, stay away from it. You cannot see what is underneath. There could be holes, broken pavement, drains, rocks, or pieces of metal. If you are swept away, try not to panic. Float on your back if you can, keep your feet pointed downstream, and keep your head above the water. Try to move sideways toward the edge instead of fighting directly against the current. If you can grab a strong object, hold on and use it to get out of the current. And remember, floodwater may also contain sewage, chemicals, fuel, and broken glass. Even after the water stops moving, it can still be dangerous. Number 4, flash floods. Now things get much faster. A normal flood may take hours or days to develop. A flash flood can happen in minutes. One moment you are standing on a dry road. The next moment, a wall of water is rushing toward you. Flash floods are especially dangerous in valleys, mountains, and areas near rivers and streams. You may not even see rain where you are. Heavy rain can fall miles away and send a huge amount of water toward you. So if you are near a river and notice the water suddenly rising, becoming muddy, or moving much faster, you need to leave immediately. If you hear a loud roaring sound coming from a valley or see water rushing through a normally dry area, get to higher ground. Do not stop to take pictures. Do not wait to see how big the flood becomes. And definitely do not stand in the middle of a dry riverbed thinking you have plenty of time. You don't. If you are camping, hiking, or traveling through a mountain area, always pay attention to the weather upstream. Rain falling several miles away can still create a flash flood where you are. The best place to be during a flash flood is high ground, away from the path of the water. If you are already trapped, look for a hill, a strong building, or another high location and get there as quickly as you safely can. And if you are driving, never assume your vehicle can beat the water. It cannot. Number 3, mudflows and debris flows. This one looks like a flood, but it can be much heavier and much harder to escape. After heavy rain, water can mix with soil, rocks, trees, and other debris. The result is a thick, fast-moving flow that can rush down a mountain or hillside. Imagine a river made of mud, rocks, and broken trees. That is what you are dealing with. These flows can destroy roads, houses, bridges, and anything else in their path. There are some warning signs you should know. You may see cracks appearing in the ground. Trees, fences, or poles may begin leaning. A hillside may suddenly change shape. You may also hear strange rumbling, cracking, or sounds like a train getting closer. If you notice these signs after heavy rain, do not stay around to find out what is happening. You need to move away from the flow and get to higher ground. If a mud flow is coming down a valley, you need to get out of the valley as quickly as possible. Move to higher ground and stay away from rivers and streams because the flow may follow them. If you are caught in the flow, protect your head and face as much as possible. Try to stay near the surface and grab onto something strong if you can. But the best way to survive a debris flow is not to be in its path. Once heavy rain begins, avoid steep slopes and low areas where mud and water can collect. And remember, one flow may be followed by another, so even if the first one stops, do not immediately return to the area. Number 2, storm surge. Now we are moving from rivers and mountains to the ocean. When a powerful tropical cyclone or hurricane moves toward land, its winds can push a huge amount of seawater toward the coast. This is called storm surge, and it can be one of the most dangerous parts of the entire storm. The ocean can move into streets, neighborhoods, and buildings that are normally nowhere near the water. The biggest mistake you can make is waiting until you can see the water before deciding to leave. By then, it may already be too late. If officials tell you to evacuate, you need to leave as soon as possible. Do not wait for the storm to look scary. Do not wait for the wind to become strong. Do not wait until the roads are full of water. Leave while the roads are still usable. If you live near the coast, know where the higher ground is before a storm arrives. Know which roads lead away from the coast and where you can go if you have to evacuate. If you are already outside when a storm surge begins, you need to get away from the coast and move to higher ground. Stay away from beaches, rivers, bridges, and coastal roads. If you are inside a strong building, move to a higher floor if necessary, but do not assume that every building is safe. Floodwater can weaken structures and carry heavy objects through streets. And whatever you do, never walk or drive through moving stormwater just because it looks shallow. The water can hide holes and debris, and the current can pull you away. After the storm passes, do not assume the danger is over. The water may continue rising, roads may be damaged, and power lines may be down. Wait for official instructions before returning. Number 1, tsunamis. This is where water becomes truly terrifying. A tsunami is not simply a giant wave. It is a series of powerful waves created when a huge amount of ocean water is suddenly displaced. The most common cause is a large underwater earthquake, but volcanic eruptions and landslides can also create tsunamis. And unlike a normal wave, a tsunami can travel across an entire ocean. The most important thing is knowing the natural warning signs. If you are near the coast and feel a strong earthquake, especially one that lasts a long time, you need to move away from the water as soon as the shaking stops. Do not wait for someone to tell you to leave. Another warning sign is the ocean suddenly pulling far away from the beach. You may see the seafloor appear. You may see fish left on the beach. You may think it is interesting. It is not. That water may be pulling back because a tsunami is coming. You need to run. Another warning sign is a strange roaring sound coming from the ocean. If you see or hear any of these signs, get inland and move to higher ground immediately. Do not go to the beach to watch the wave. Do not take pictures. Do not wait for your friends. And do not waste time trying to collect your belongings. Your house, your car, and your phone can be replaced. You cannot. If you are in a city and cannot reach a hill or high ground, get inside the strongest tall building you can find and move to the highest safe floor. If a tsunami reaches you, the water may contain cars, trees, pieces of buildings, and other debris. If you are swept into the water, try to grab onto something that floats and protect your head. Tsunamis usually come as a series of waves. The first wave may not be the largest, so if the water suddenly becomes calm again, that does not mean you are safe. Stay away from the coast until officials say it is safe to return. There is also one strange thing about tsunamis that people often forget. The ocean may not always look like a giant wave. Sometimes the water simply rises like a fast-moving flood. That can make it even more dangerous because people do not realize what is happening until the water is already around them. What if you are trapped? Sometimes a disaster happens so quickly that you cannot escape. If you are trapped inside a house, move as high as you safely can. If you are trapped in a vehicle and floodwater is rising around you, you need to get out before the water becomes too deep. If you can safely open the doors, get out. If the doors cannot open, you may need to use a window or another safe exit. Do not stay inside a vehicle that is being carried away by water. If you are swept into moving water, your first job is to protect your head and keep yourself above the surface. Try to float and keep your feet pointed downstream. This can help keep your legs from getting caught under debris. When you see a safe object or the edge of the current, move toward it instead of fighting directly against the strongest part of the water. And if you are trapped somewhere without a phone signal, make yourself visible. Use a flashlight, bright clothing, a piece of cloth, or anything else that rescuers can see. Now, there are a few mistakes that appear again and again in water disasters. The first is thinking, I have plenty of time. You might not. The second is thinking, the water isn't that deep. Depth is not the only danger. Moving water is powerful. The third is thinking, I can swim. Swimming ability helps, but it does not make you stronger than a flood current. The fourth is thinking, the first wave was small. The first wave may not be the biggest. The water may stop rising and then return. And the fifth mistake is going toward the water because you are curious. When the ocean suddenly pulls away from the beach, that is not your chance to explore. That is your signal to run. So if you remember only a few things from this video, remember these. If floodwater is rising, get higher. If water is moving across a road, turn around. If heavy rain is threatening a mountain area, stay away from valleys and streams. If officials order an evacuation, leave early. If you feel a strong earthquake near the coast, move inland and uphill. If the ocean suddenly pulls away, run. And if you are swept away, protect your head, keep yourself afloat, and move towards safety when you can. Water is one of the most powerful forces on Earth. It can move cars, destroy buildings, erase roads, and turn a quiet beach into a deadly trap. But you do not need to be stronger than the water. You just need to recognize the warning signs and make the right decision before the water reaches you. When the water starts coming, don't wait to see what happens. Get away, get higher, and get there early.